Hi, my name is Reverend Valerie Pearson, and I'm the Executive Director at the Center for Remarkable Women. Thank you so much for watching our video. Today I have some guests with me, and I want to introduce them to you. I have Danette Boone from the class of 2013, Sarita Stara from 2012, yes, and Cherie Eaton also from the class of 2013. Thank you ladies for joining me today. Thank you for being here. Today we want to talk about an event that we have coming up, and an event that we're very, very excited about. Back in October we had a great event. We kicked off our Center for Remarkable Women Leadership Institute with a breakfast, and we had an awesome turnout. We had a packed house. Our speaker, Dr. Sharon Jones Eversley, was awesome. She set the tone for the institute, and we were so excited. Everybody was excited. Well, we're planning now our second event, and in a moment Danette is going to share with you about our event in January. But before we get there, I want to tell you the mission for the Institute. Our mission is to empower female leaders. We want to empower entrepreneurs, business leaders, community leaders, all female leaders, to be able to better face the challenges that we as women encounter as leaders, whether it's on our jobs, at church, in our homes, wherever, because we're all leaders in those places. So whatever role we're in, we are a leader. So we want women to better be able to face challenges. So before we talk about our event, we're going to talk about some of the challenges that we as female leaders face in the roles that we play. So I'm going to ask each of our guests today if you would just share. I know that all of us, we do face some challenges. It's very difficult being a leader, period, but I think even more difficult being a female leader, and if I can even add, even more difficult being an African American or woman of color, any woman of color, a leader. So what are some of the challenges that you face, Danette?
Well, thank you, Reverend Pearson, for having me, first of all. But like you mentioned, it is very difficult to step into the role of leader as a woman, and then as a woman of color on top of that. And there have been quite a few things that I have found challenging in my journey to leadership. And the first being having others respect me as a leader. Yes. And a lot of times, I don't fit the stereotype, if you will, of what people would call a respectable leader or would deserve respect. And some people, I find that I have to work twice as hard to prove myself just to be able to get half as much recognition. And I think that's just to respect the line of authority that leader calls for.
Right, and you're right. We have to work twice as hard, sometimes triple. I mean, as hard as anybody else, just to basically prove ourselves.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you for sharing. Sarita?
I too have had similar experiences as you, Danette. And what I've also found in my professional career is that I'm often the only black woman on a team, or maybe even the only woman on a team. So I feel a little island of isolation at times, because I react to certain scenarios in a different manner than my male counterparts. Who do I have to bounce my thoughts, my ideas, to get support off of, and I've had those challenges over the years that I've, lots of obstacles that I've faced, and, I think my role in my work might have been a bit easier if I could share it. And in instances where I have had, counterparts who were like-minded and had very, somewhat cultural backgrounds, as well as, the gender, it has made it a bit easier, it's like, okay, we've got a force, we can have a united front, it's like, this is the way we probably should do it, and there's support to go forward. And I might just add one other item, and that is I have never had a mentor. And over the years, I've wondered how my life would have been different, with those barriers that I've had to face and knock down, and very often got knocked down by. Would I have had a slightly easier road if I had had a mentor?
And that's a huge one,
Yeah.
finding a mentor, because I know that's one of the challenges for me as well. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Cherie?
And as we all discussed, having challenges in our workplaces, another area where I've had experienced challenges is in ministry. And it's been my experience as one of the younger leaders in ministry, first trying to identify myself as and acknowledge myself as one of the leaders when I'm in a room of visible leaders where people identify these people as the leaders of the church. So in one aspect, just taking hold of the fact that I am a leader among the leaders, but one of the challenges even among the group, it's been my experience, is because I'm one of the younger ones, that what do I have that's as significant? What can I offer? Well, I'm full of ideas, full of suggestions to help grow the ministry, help streamline processes. So that's been a challenge in being heard.
Yes.
And being my ideas and suggestions even being implemented or put into the plans as being part of ministry. So having a mentor is also one of the difficult things that we face as women, yeah, even in ministry.
Yes. Finding and using your voice in leadership can be very, very challenging, and that's something that hopefully we'll be doing workshops on soon, very, very soon.
Yes.
So good. But some other challenges that women often face is the work-life balance. How do you balance work and life, because you do have to go home and sleep and children and all of that, so how do you balance that? The role model issue that was already brought up. The lack of opportunity for career advancement, sometimes it's just not there. And also lack of support from upper management is a challenge that I think we've all faced.
Yes.
Back in the early part of the year, I read an article from the Harvard Business Review, and they actually laid out 6 paradoxes that women face, women leaders. And they were the pay paradox, the double bind paradox, which basically says that either you are liked or competent, but if you're both, you're just kind of out of luck. It's very, very difficult. Promotion, being promoted at jobs. Networking, it talked about how we as women are relational, but yet we don't use our skills to network and to actually help bring us up to another level. And then also the startup paradox. So the article was great, and what we decided to do was to take one of those challenges for our upcoming event. So I'm going to let Danette talk a little bit now about our upcoming event.
Thank you, Reverend Pearson. Well, our next event, and we're very excited about it, is going to be the weekend of January 10th and 11th, 2014. We're going to kick off the weekend with an author reception and book signing on that Friday evening. It's going to be a wine and cheese event, and we're going to have local authors, regional authors come in and exhibit their books, talk about their businesses, and engage an audience. And so we're excited about that. And then Saturday morning, we're going to pick back up, and we're going to have a day-long conference with engaging sessions and exciting speakers and presenters. And some of our topics are going to be Networking 101, the road to leadership, building a power circle, that's always an exciting one. And then we're going to have a session about social networking and making connections
One way or another.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Making connections one way or another. So we have a theme with this upcoming event, and it's really about building relationships, because that's where it all starts, is with building relationships. And in the afternoon of that Saturday, we're going to have a panel discussion, and we're going to be discussing some of these paradoxes that Reverend Pearson just mentioned about how women, it's a lot of things that we face as women and as leaders. And so we're just excited about it, and we want everyone to come out. On Friday evening, I forgot to mention, the reception starts at 6 p.m. It'll be from 6 to 9 p.m. And Saturday morning, the conference starts at 8 a.m. with a continental breakfast, and we will go all day until about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So come on out, and we're excited about it.
Absolutely. It sounds so awesome. I am really, really excited about this. Our theme, you want to talk a little bit, Sarita, about our theme for the event?
Just to lead in from the general over theme of relationships and building relationships, you know, the theme for this conference is building connections for success. And that is the theme that we were asking our panelists who will be joining us after lunch for a discussion, asking them really to speak towards relationships that they have developed or found beneficial in their personal as well as professional leadership roles. What advice do they have to us, you know, prospective leaders, to help build and nurture relationships that will be beneficial for us as we move forward. So we're really excited about that. Leaving that as a, you know, an open-ended, but giving them that focus, you know, and I think that's going to be, that is the recurring theme throughout the day's event, you know, building those, you know, connections, you know. So looking forward to it. Hopefully you're able to come and share it with us.
And one more thing I'd like to add, I neglected to mention the center is going to be the location of the event, of the reception and the conference. So that would be the Center for Remarkable Women at 4319 Old Milford Mill Road, Baltimore, Maryland, 21208.
It's teamwork.
Yes. And you'll be able to register very soon. You'll be able to register online. You'll be able to come here at the center and register as well. So check our website for the link where you can register. The registration fee, we have an early bird fee, which is $45, and that's going to go through the end of the year. And then in January, the regular registration is $50. That includes both the reception and the Saturday event. Also, I want to extend a special invitation to students, to college students.
Yes.
We are hoping to have a special workshop for our college students. I have a speaker in mind, and I'm just waiting for confirmation that she can be here, and you are going to love her. So if you're a college student and your track is perhaps business, come on out to our conference. We have a special registration fee for you. It's $20 for students under 25.
Right.
Under 25.
Under age 25.
Yes. So you'll need proof, your school ID. Just bring your school ID with you. And that encounter is going to be great. So if you know any college students, you want to share with them to be here on that day. So they'll have that special workshop and then be able to go to the other workshops as well and participate in the panel discussion. So I'm so looking forward to January 10th and 11th, 2014. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. Thank you so much. RWs, these are all RWs. So thank you so much for watching our video. I look forward to seeing you in January at the Center for Remarkable Women Leadership Institute Conference. God bless.